Hello everyone, welcome to another series of today's GK. Let's begin with previous day practice question. Question was, education plays a huge role in the development of the personality of a child. In this context, which of the following states has recently launched the Schools of Eminence project? Kerala, Goa, Sikkim or Punjab? The correct answer is option D, Punjab. Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann launched the School of Eminence recently, hence option D is correct. The government has earmarked a budget of rupees 200 crore for the project, under which 117 state-run schools in 23 districts will be upgraded with a special emphasis on classes 9 to 12. The project aims at reimagining education in state-run schools, envisioning holistic development of students and preparing them to be responsible citizens. Besides career-related counseling, innovative teaching practices will be followed and guidance for professional exams will also be provided to students. The project is based on 5 pillars: state-of-the-art infrastructure, academics, human resource management, sports, and co-curricular activities and community engagement. Now let's begin today's session. First question is, which of the following countries is the first country in the world to start the trade plus one settlement cycle in top listed securities? USA, Britain, India or China? The correct answer is option D, China. After China, India has become the second country in the world to start the trade plus one, that is T plus one settlement cycle in top listed securities from January 27. It will bring operational efficiency, faster fund remittances, share delivery and ease for stock market participants. Hence, option D is correct. The T plus one settlement cycle means that trade-related settlements must be done within a day or 24 hours of the completion of a transaction. For example, under T plus one, if a customer bought shares on Wednesday, they would be credited to the customer's demat account on Thursday. In the T plus one format, if an investor sells a share, she will get the money within a day and the buyer will get the shares in her demat account also within a day. The United States, United Kingdom and Eurozone markets are yet to move to the T plus one system. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding idea train profile. 1. It is made by the Center for Railway Information Systems. 2. Its aim is to fix the problem of long waiting list for tickets. Which of the above given statement or statements is or are not correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2 or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option D, neither 1 nor 2. That is, both the statements are correct. Recently, the Indian Railways has concluded the trial of an artificial intelligence, that is AI program, Idea Train Profile. It is made by the Railways in-house software arm Center for Railway Information Systems or CRIS. Hence, statement 1 is correct. It is built to fix a perennial issue, long waiting list for tickets. Hence, statement 2 is also correct. Therefore, option D is correct. It was fed with information like how millions of passengers booked tickets on these trains, which origin-destination pairs were a hit and which were flops at what time of the year, and which seats remained vacant for what portion of a journey, etc. The combination of training data the AI has been fed goes back 3 years. Next question is, in the context of the Indian environment and ecology, the Bondla Wildlife Sanctuary is located in which of the following Indian states? Odisha, Goa, Sikkim or Assam? The correct answer is option B, Goa. Recently, Goa is celebrating its 6th bird festival at the Bondla Wildlife Sanctuary. Hence, option B is correct. Covering an area of 7.98 square kilometer, Bondla Wildlife Sanctuary is one of the smallest protected areas in Goa. The sanctuary is a paradise for nature lovers due to the presence of only a small zoo of the state, deer safari park, a botanical garden, and an ecotourism complex. The sanctuary is mostly covered with moist deciduous forest with small patches of semi-evergreen forest and cane along streams. The dominant trees in this sanctuary are Terminalia crenulata, Mati, the state tree of Goa, and rosewood. Although this sanctuary encompasses a small area, it is an ideal habitat for wildlife such as gaur, leopard, jungle cat, wild boar, porcupine, Malabar giant squirrel, pangolin, etc. One of the best worked images of the deity 𝐾𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐡𝐭𝐢 with several motifs in bold relief belonging to the period between the 6th and 8th centuries, venerated by ancient settlers, is located here. Next question is, with reference to space exploration, the JUICE mission is related to which of the following ones? Jupiter, Osiris-Rex, Ryugu, or Uranus? The correct answer is option A, Jupiter. Europe's JUICE spacecraft is all ready to embark on an 8-year odyssey through the solar system. The main aim of Jupiter Icy Moons Explorer, or JUICE, is to find out whether the oceans hidden under the surface of Jupiter's icy moons have the potential to host extraterrestrial life. Hence, option A is correct. It will be launched from Europe's spaceport in Kourou, French Guiana, off the coast of South America. It will be the first European space mission that ventures into the outer solar system, which begins beyond Mars. As a parting gift, a commemorative plaque was mounted on the back of the spacecraft in tribute to Italian astronomer Galileo Galilei, who was the first to spot Jupiter and its largest moons in 1610. JUICE will give a far clearer image of Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto before becoming the first spacecraft to orbit around one of Jupiter's moons. Next question is, in the context of Indian arts and culture, the term Naatupura Paadalgal is referred to ancient musical form, folk dance, literature, or folk painting. The correct answer is option A, ancient musical form. Naatupura Paadalgal is an ancient musical form of Tamil Nadu, hence option A is correct. Like many folk songs of India, this folk music too was used by the Aboriginal people during the farming and harvesting season. Hence, Naatupura Paadalgal eventually became a way of life to many living in the state. Even today, this musical form can be heard in every nook and corner of Tamil Nadu. The importance of Naatupura Paadalgal was stated by eminent musician Maestro Ilaiyaraaja. He went to say that Naatupura Paadalgal was the inspiration behind his musical journey, as he grew up listening to this very folk music sung to him by his mother. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding the Oil and Natural Gas Corporation, that is ONGC. 1. It is the second largest crude oil and natural gas company in India. 2. It is a Maharatna company. Which of the above given statement or statements is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option B, 2 only. ONGC is planning to map the geothermal energy sources of India in search of clean energy. Geothermal energy is stored in the form of heat beneath the Earth's surface and is considered to be clean, renewable, and carbon-free. According to estimates, India has a potential of 10 gigawatt of geothermal energy. Maharatna ONGC is the largest crude oil and natural gas company in India, contributing around 71% to Indian domestic production. Crude oil is the raw material used by downstream companies like IOC, BPCL, HPCL, and MRPL to produce petroleum products like petrol, diesel, kerosene, naphtha, and cooking gas LPG. ONGC has a unique distinction of being a company with in-house service capabilities in all areas of exploration and production of oil and gas and related oil field services. Hence, statement 1 is not correct, while statement 2 is correct. Therefore, option B is correct. ONGC Videsh Limited is a Mini Ratna Schedule A Central Public Sector Enterprise or CPSC of the Government of India. It is the wholly owned subsidiary and overseas arm of ONGC. It is under the administrative control of the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. Next question is, which among the following has recently launched India's first locally developed vaccine for cervical cancer? The Serum Institute of India, Central Drug Research Institute, Bharat Biotech, or Zydus Life Sciences Limited? The correct answer is option A, the Serum Institute of India. The Serum Institute of India introduced CERVAVAC, the country's first locally developed quadrivalent human papillomavirus or 𝐃𝐫𝐤𝐴 vaccine recently. CERVAVAC is a vaccine against cervical cancer. Hence, option A is correct. The human papillomavirus, which is sexually transmitted, is the main cause of cervical cancer. In India, cervical cancer is the second most prevalent disease in women between the age of 15 and 44. Despite being mostly avoidable, cervical cancer ranks as the second most common disease in India. It is responsible for approximately 1/4 of all cervical cancer fatalities worldwide. Most cervical cancer are caused by the human papillomavirus. HPV vaccine can prevent most incidences of cervical cancer if given to girls or women before they are exposed to the virus. Next question is, in the context of Indian polity, which of the following is not correct regarding President's rule? It can be proclaimed under Article 356 of the Indian Constitution. A proclamation imposing President's rule must be approved by Lok Sabha only. It can be extended for a maximum period of 3 years, or a proclamation of President's rule may be revoked by the President at any time. The correct answer is option B. A proclamation imposing President's rule must be approved by Lok Sabha only. Recently, the opposition Sikkim Democratic Front or SDF has demanded imposition of President's rule in the Himalayan state of Sikkim. Article 355 imposes a duty on the centre to ensure that the government of every state is carried on in accordance with the provisions of the Constitution. It is this duty in the performance of which the centre takes over the government of a state under Article 356 in case of failure of constitutional machinery in state. This is popularly known as President's rule. It is also known as state emergency or constitutional emergency. The President's rule can be proclaimed under Article 356 on two grounds, one mentioned in Article 356 itself and another in Article 365. Article 356 empowers the President to issue a proclamation if he is satisfied that a situation has arisen in which the government of a state cannot be carried on in accordance with the provisions of the Constitution. Article 365 says that whenever a state fails to comply with or to give effect to any direction from the centre, a proclamation imposing President's rule must be approved by both the Houses of Parliament within 2 months from the date of its issue. It can be extended for a maximum period of 3 years with the approval of the Parliament every 6 months. A proclamation of President's rule may be revoked by the President at any time by a subsequent proclamation. Such a proclamation does not require the parliamentary approval. Hence, option B is correct. Next question is, consider the following. 1. The Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002. 2. The Foreign Exchange Management Act 1999. 3. The Fugitive Economic Offenders Act 2018. Which of the above given act or acts is or are being enforced by Enforcement Directorate or ED? 1 only, 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, or 1, 2 and 3? The correct answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3. The Delhi High Court recently held that the Enforcement Directorate's power to investigate is confined to only money laundering offences. The agency cannot assume on its own that a scheduled or predicate offence under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act has been committed. The statutory functions of the Directorate include enforcement of following acts. PMLA, it is a criminal law enacted to prevent money laundering and to provide for confiscation of property derived from or involved in money laundering. FEMA, it is a civil law enacted to consolidate and amend the laws relating to facilitate external trade and payments. It aims to promote the orderly development and maintenance of foreign exchange market in India. ED has been given the responsibility to conduct investigation into suspected contraventions of foreign exchange laws and regulations. And FEOA. This law was enacted to deter economic offenders from evading the process of Indian law by remaining outside the jurisdiction of Indian courts. Hence, option D is correct. Last question is, the 4th edition of the Millets and Organics International Trade Fair 2023 has started in which of the following cities? Kolkata, Jaipur, Bengaluru, or Pune? The correct answer is option C, Bengaluru. The 4th edition of the Millets and Organics International Trade Fair 2023 has started in Bengaluru on 20th January 2023. The significance of the fair is magnified with India leading and the world celebrating 2023 as the International Year of Millets. India has taken the G20 presidency opportunity to also promote the golden grains. The fair is for 3 days and is organized by the Department of Agriculture and the Government of Karnataka. The trade fair is a platform for farmers, farmer groups, both domestic and international companies, and central and state institutions. It aims to connect and explore opportunities in agriculture, horticulture, processing, machinery, and agri-technology. Hence, option C is correct. The Government of Karnataka has been a leader in the promotion of millets. The first Millets and Organics Fair was held in 2017 and the second and third editions in 2018 and 2019 in Bengaluru. Now it's time for the practice question. Which of the following recently releases the World Economic Situation and Prospects 2023 report? United Nations Department of Economic and Social Affairs, World Bank, World Economic Forum, or International Monetary Fund? Send the answer of this question in the comment section. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching.